Never question, what did you do? Why were you so busy? You are putting child on a defensive. You are teaching him how to lie. I wish I had known, I would have picked you up, my son or my daughter. Conversation is important. Communication with them is very important. Joking is the most important thing. I would like to share with you one of my most profound experience I had recently conducting a group satsang in Solapur. There one person was building a house, a mansion rather, and he wanted to conduct satsang in his basement, and he wanted to devote this basement for people to come from the society, from the community and meditate there. So he was offering it. I said, okay, it's wonderful. He said, would you please cut the ribbon? I said, I would be happy to do it. The house lady offers me, a lot of roses and cut her garlanded with roses. So I tried to cut it, but it doesn't cut up. The reason was this scissor was so blunt, overused. I tried hard and hard, and then I had to pull it afterwards. Then afterward I conducted meditation for everybody there. During the meditation it was revealed why this scissor failed to cut. The reason is obvious, blunt scissor. There are two parts to it, two scissors. Overused blade becomes blunt. We also have a chase, happiness. Another chase is to run away in another direction, away from pain. What do we use the most? We are using both of them, but in both opposite directions. We want more and more pleasure. So what happens? Overused part of that scissor of our existence becomes blunt. And some of you who are in medicine or have some background with science and know a little bit about drug addiction, you need more and more to keep you happy. One cigarette puff or one marijuana smoke or one dose of heroin is good to start with, but you will be swimming in it later on, see, and you will become totally a vegetable. Your mind just totally gets ruined up because of this lust for pleasure. So this overused side of our existence, pleasure side of it, becomes blunt. It needs more and more and more. The other side, we stay away from it. I don't request that we should invite it, but if it comes, why run away from it? Face it. Not only we punish ourselves by avoiding this pain, but we see the children undergoing even little bit of inconvenience and you are agitated. Oh, how can he do this, or how can he go through all that? Why not? Unless and until that child goes through those little inconveniences, I don't say pain, little inconveniences. Imagine that particular child after marriage. Marriage means adjustment. Adjustment means you have to adjust to each other's conveniences. They will fail there, 100%. And you're not going to be there at that time. You'll be only phone call away and make things only worse. Their part of that scissor representing pain, it's super sharp, never utilized. They cannot tolerate, even by word, that you may have to go through this inconvenience, and they won't like it. They rebel just by hearing inconvenience. How do we accept? Again, we say family. We can give example by leading an example life, exemplary life. What more can we do? We want our child also to meditate, but do we meditate? Do we worship as prescribed by our shastras? Then we can expect all that. See? Do we have discipline ourselves? You are surfing all night on your phones, having the phones under your pillows, and you expect your child, please don't do, my darling, it's not good for you, please sleep in time. But we don't do that ourselves. So it has to start with ourselves, and we have to share a lot of stories, jokes, scientific evidences, convincing them how and why not to use digital media so much. It's okay, have a phone, it's for calling. It's okay if you like to do a research, if you want to know something, it's okay. But to abuse it, it's not good. Mentally, you are not focused. Your mind remains so scattered here and there, and without focus, you can achieve nothing in life. Over carefulness from parents' side destroys the relationship. You have to be careful. Don't show it. Be very subtle. Share stories with them. Beautiful stories, inspiring stories. Problem is we have stopped reading stories to them at bedtime. Even when they are 13, 14, 15, 18, why not even when they're 30? Share a nice story with them. Share a nice joke with them. That can make them think. At every age, parents must change. What they offer is very important. We must teach them regularity in life, that you should wake up early in the morning. This is how you should sit, this is how you should talk, this is the kind of music you should listen to. This rhythm has to be placed in their heart from earlier age. When they are teenager, can't be bossy. Now, their inner awakening is there. They're slowly shifting mentally and emotionally from dependence on parents to their own selves. They're searching, they're inventing things. Nothing wrong with it. But our job is to guide them in the right direction. Don't lecture them. They say, okay, I want to try this out. Okay, go ahead. Let's see what happens. Don't be so negative. Never question, what did you do? Why were you so busy? You are putting child on a defensive. You are teaching him how to lie. I wish I had known, I would have picked you up, my son or my daughter. Conversation is important. Communication with them is very important. Joking is the most important. Jokes that you used to share with little children should not stop. Story sharing should not be stopped. When you read a profound philosophical message from any source, share it with them. A lot of joy. My child, listen to this, how wonderful it is. And when they do something wrong, the world is not ending there. Children are not stupid. They know they have made a mistake. But we make it worse by reminding them, you see, what did you do? I knew you were going to do this. Then they rebel. They already known that they have made a mistake. Now you're putting salt on their wound. You have to be sympathetic. Keep on showing them cautiously. This can happen, but not by becoming negative. And when they realize that, yes, my mom or my papa said, but I didn't listen. And when such thing happens few times, then they will have more confidence as, yes, they are more experienced than myself. Now it's time to listen. This can happen only when we give the freedom to them to do certain things. Let them make mistakes. Let them understand that I warned them, yet they did it. And slowly they will have more confidence that yes, they cannot be wrong. We have to be very indirect. We have to play our role in such a way that they don't feel that we are influencing them in any way. And this art is very tricky, very, very tricky. We have to be careful. Always be guided by your heart. When you meditate, you'll get the guidance. This is what I should be doing or not doing. You know, my dear master, Babuji Maharaj, he said fundamental element in education is encouraging interest and observation amongst children. One of the most important things we can do for our children is to help them cultivate two qualities, observation and interest, which are actually interrelated. Taking interest often comes first, as the more interest you take, the more you will observe. But there is also a positive feedback loop. As the more you observe, the more interest you generate. Here is a step-by-step progression of simple activities to encourage children to take interest and observe. Number one, to me, it's to become a role model. Children take interest when you are interested, especially small children. They watch, they catch your interest and start to observe, and this indirect interest creates a destiny. When they are older, it's a different matter. They take interest based on their own inner voice. Number 2 will be exercise their senses, all 5 senses and their intuition, by asking them questions. From the age of 2 onwards, encourage them to listen. Sit quietly with your little ones and ask them to observe what is happening around them. You ask them, do you hear birds? How many birds do you hear? Third aspect is to help them develop a sense of direction. When I take my 2.5-year-old granddaughter for a walk, sometimes I take her to the terrace upstairs and ask, is it morning or evening? Initially, I made 2 lines. When the sun is on one side, it is the morning. And when the sun is on the other side, it is the evening. Now, she doesn't use the lines anymore on the terrace. She is able to say, the sun will rise on this side. And she would say, the sun will set on this side. Her sense of direction has developed from a very early age. Next level, taking interest in the meaning of conversations. When you visit friends, afterwards ask your children questions like, what did you see? From which direction did we enter? From the east or the north? What were the children talking about? Number 5 on the list would be to pay attention to senses in everyday life. Let them experience the different fragrances of various flowers. Encourage them to feel so that they learn to differentiate through their senses of touch. Number 6 on the list would be encourage creativity and originality. Some children like to draw, paint, or make things. Every child is different. They have a tremendous level of creativity. We need to just simply nurture it. Number 7 on the list would be to teach them inner observation, to explore feelings, emotions, and moods. Expose them at a very early age to their emotions and moods. Of course, they do see and feel all those things, but we have to highlight them. We have to help them highlight each emotion and mood. Some emotions affect them to the extent of physically making them tired. For example, when they cry. Afterwards, they may realize, oh, I feel very tired. By asking them, you are highlighting these moods. Number 8, help them to focus on their inner state. When they are tired and you ask, are you tired? They'll answer yes. They will know the feeling of tiredness and be able to express it later. When they are fresh and happy and you ask, how does it feel to feel really fresh? It also registers with their inner trans-sensory faculties. Asking specific question at the right time hits the mark. Number 9 on the list, observe breathing and energy patterns. With teenagers, especially, ask them to observe their breathing patterns. Are you breathing fast or slow? What is the pattern of your breathing when you are happy and when you are happy? Which nostril is dominant at various times of the day? Don't give answers. Let them observe and note it in their journal. They can then study the patterns. Next, they can learn to observe whether they are radiating or absorbing energy at any given moment, especially once they begin to meditate. This is a subtler thing once again, and very few will be able to identify this inflow and outflow of energy. But it's very important that we learn that. Number 10 on the list would be to go deeper within and become aware of our emptiness. When they have learned to meditate, ask them, as you go deeper, observe the emptiness within you. How empty are you? At this stage, they are transcending feelings. In essence, let's see how we can inspire them to take interest in various aspects of life. When they take interest, they will observe. And through observation, they'll finally conclude. Thank you for listening. Namaste.